We are Start 360, putting you at the centre. Welcome to Start 360's Raised in Belfast Conference, supported by the Big Lottery Fund. Sharing our experiences to make a better Belfast. Change starts here.
This is the Big Lottery's 10th year, and they invited some of their successful projects to put in for an award, and we were fortunate enough to get that award, and they really liked this idea, this intergenerational way of looking at where we're at in Northern Ireland, politically, economically, whatever way is your focus, whatever is your truth, wherever you believe you are.
Have a little flashback. Do you remember what you did for the first time with your grandparents, your grandfather, your grandmother? Many of your young people actually have missed out on that. So there are many different strands to this today. All I mention these is to be a little bit of provocative as you make your conversations and make your plans for today.
My mum's a saint. I love my mum to bits. I'm not saying I'm a favourite parent by any chance. I still love them equally. But what happened for me was my dad had the whole spiral of depression. So for about 10 years it was like walking on eggshells around him. So our house, we used to have a semi-detached house, and all of a sudden it went from a semi-detached to having a front door porch to another porch. So you had 3 doors to get into the house before you went into the house. We had security locks on all the doors. He actually applied for bulletproof glass and he was knocked back. And that was the whole set for us, because we grew up and it was very much being very mindful of what you could do or where you could go and everything else.
I went to school quite by accident. There was no such thing for me as putting your name down for a school. There were 2 sharp raps on the front door, and I hid behind my mother as she answered the door. And it was these 2 girls who lived across the road. And as I hid there, I heard them say, "Mrs, is your wee one not meant to be at school? Our principal said we had to come and tell you that she should be in school and we can take her." Now, I was 6. Just turning 6. I was 6. And that's how I went to school the next day, holding the hands of these 2 bigger girls. That's it. I went off to school. No tears, no mum crying at the door, no nothing. That was it.
The younger generations that are coming through, old codgers like myself, they run rings round. I think they see the bigger picture, and if those generations can get involved, what a country we will have. But on the Start 360, I've done work here and I've done work for Opportunity Youth, and any organisation that looks after young people and vulnerable adults, that looks after people that where things just haven't go right, it has got to be something to be commended. It wasn't there in the past, it's here now, and if the politicians realise the seriousness of not only this organisation but the other organisations which help make our society be all inclusive, then we will have a dynamic little country.
So what we want to do next is we want to break off into some smaller groups, and we want to get your hopes and fears, but not only that, we want to get some of your ideas on how we can achieve those hopes and how we can avoid some of the pitfalls that we might encounter along the way.
If we're going to move forward as a progressive society, we need to be looking at some sort of transformation, one which is inclusive in terms of education, improved employability, improved outcome, and more education around, politics, because young people, there's a clear detachment in terms of young people and what they see is important in terms of, or not in terms of, voting.
Some of the fears that the group highlighted that they felt for the future was the never not knowing our neighbours, of living within a community and never knowing who actually it is that's living next to you. Never knowing, if you had an emergency, could you possibly run out to your neighbour next door and say, "Can you help me?" It's never not knowing who your neighbours are.
There seems to be still that very, very big emphasis on are we ever going to be conflict free? Are we ever going to be able to live in a community where everybody trusts everyone else and gets on with their neighbours, etc.?
We actually talked about the importance of actually promoting the positive things that we have here, because we have many of them, and it'd be very, very easy for us to continue to highlight the things that aren't so good. But you know what, we have a lot of opportunities here, and we need to be getting those out there and sharing those with people.
We are Start 360, putting you at the centre.